These are just beautiful roses, aren't they? Gorgeous, gorgeous flowers growing up. But I'm just here to say that I'm a little bit confused about what's happening in my garden. It is now the middle of the first week of November. We had a tiny, tiny cold snap. I had a tiny, tiny light frost on the other side of my garden down the hill. But now everything is coming out again. And it's warm. Here I am in short sleeves. And I just want to show you kind of some of the things that are happening in my garden. I want to clean up my garden. I really want to clean up my garden. But what do I do about all of this? I never imagined that my rose alley would be blooming so much in November. Not only is it blooming, it's got buds coming along. It's got new growth. So I'm not going to prune it now. I'm just going to wait till it finally goes dormant. But oh my goodness, I mean, there's just so much new blooming on here. Beautiful roses. This is my passion flower vine, which actually has passion flowers on it. These really are very, very, very late. There are more that have just bloomed here, and there are buds still to bloom. They're beautiful, but they're out of place in November. Throughout my garden, I have tomatoes still ripening. About 4 weeks ago, when it was threatening frost, I came out and I picked all of my tomatoes that were on the vine, the green ones as well as any ones that were ripe. And I said, this is it. Well, ha ha ha, that wasn't it. Since that time, I have picked more and more tomatoes that are ripe and some that are still forming. And I still have enough cherry tomatoes probably in my garden to make yet another round of tomato sauce. I'm not complaining about making tomato sauce. I'm just saying this is November. November should be cold. I should be putting my garden to bed. We have had warm Novembers before and warm falls before, but this is really, really different what I'm seeing. And I'd like to know what you're seeing in your area. I've heard from some of my followers in different places about strange things that are happening in their gardens as well. Sunflowers popping up, tulips blooming in some places. I don't know. Let's see what else is just happening in this November garden. And I'm just going to enjoy it. And as it gets colder and as I can clear a bed, I will fix the bed. But right now, I've got pollinators that are out. I've got bees of all sorts that are out. I've got monarch butterflies that are here. I've got other butterflies that are here. And I'm not going to cut down flowers when they're out thinking it's warm and they need to eat. So I'm I'm going to leave my flowers up and leave everything up and just see what happens. This is frost damage from before, but this vine is still living. This is a pumpkin vine. Now, I'm really not expecting pumpkins on this vine because it was planted really, really late, but I'm getting blossoms. See? And lo and behold, over here, where it's growing through here, I'm getting a pumpkin and another pumpkin. Here's an eggplant. This eggplant was on its way out. So what we have right here is an eggplant forming. It has pollinated and it is forming an eggplant. And here is another. If we have another couple of weeks of this warmth, I'll be getting eggplant off of this plant in time for Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, the blueberry bushes know it's fall and they have turned their beautiful color. They're gorgeous. The good news is I've still got lots of basil, which is feeding tons of pollinators who are so confused. And my kale is coming along. And yes, I do have a few nice things, like some lovely fall broccolis coming along. I still have Thomasina squash setting flowers, blooming, pollinating. Very nice little lettuces growing along here. Happy to say that there are a couple of the 1,000 head kales that I thought were lost that are coming up. So maybe these will survive and grow through the winter. Lemon balm is out of control. Pepper plants, I think, are ready to say bye-bye. They've got some peppers on. I'll let them continue until the frost and see how big they get. Doesn't get enough light now for peppers. Humongous African blue spice basil with its customary pollinators, large and small. So yes, I am really thankful to have an abundant garden. Don't get me wrong. I question and I worry about what's going to happen next. All of these pollinators are coming out. They're feeding. They're acting like it's spring. And, tomorrow we could wake up to a heavy frost and a snowstorm, although we're not, because the next 10-day forecast is like dry and hot. So there you go. At any rate, I'm going to go in and make some chili. I'm going to pretend like it's fall, even if it doesn't feel like fall here. I hope your garden's growing well. Take care. Bye. Gorgeous roses. One of these days, I'll get this garden put to bed. Maybe.